Welcome back. There are numerous new condos and townhomes under construction in downtown Sarasota, but can you afford them?
A new study by the Economic Policy Institute estimates it costs a family living in Sarasota and Manatee counties over $80,000 to live modestly. But the average annual wage is only half of that. ABC 7's Taylor Torregano is live on Lemon Avenue, downtown Sarasota, with more details. Taylor?
Good evening, Jacqueline. Scott. There's a complex under construction to my right, another one to my left, but here at the Mandeville Beer Garden, a landscaper tells us his story of a man who was forced out of his home to make room for all of these new ones being developed. A landscaper, gardener, artist, Joel Garcia Vela wears many hats, but no salary was enough to keep renting the home he had lived in for 10 years.
My rent was raised 2-3 times. And now with all this building, people start getting greedy, and the landlords want us out so they can sell and make a lot of more money.
And though he works in downtown in the middle of numerous condos and townhomes, Vela couldn't find anything affordable, so he moved 30 minutes away.
It's very sad. I see it every day, and it reminds me that I have to go away because I cannot afford that. And it's sad that this has been my town for 30-something years, and now I've been pushing out farther.
His story, like many others, according to a new study released by the Economic Policy Institute. Now, the 2018 family budget calculator shows a family of 4 here in Sarasota and Manatee counties have to make over $80,000 in order to live adequately, yet modestly. But here's the disconnect. The average annual wages here, $41,000.
There's a huge affordable housing need in Sarasota County.
Don Hatzel with the Office of Housing and Community Development says over half of the renters in this community pay more than 30% of their income for rent. He says the solution is money from the state of Florida allocated for this very purpose. But for the last 10 years, legislatures have used that money elsewhere.
For example, this year, Sarasota County should have received $3.7 million in funding for housing, $3.7 million, and instead we received less than $700,000.
Hatzel says they're trying to do all they can to make up for it at a local level, but in the meantime, it's the average person like Vela who suffers.
And the little people like us, we're having a hard time.
And coming up at 6, hear more about what the city and county are working on to help alleviate this issue. I'm live in downtown. Taylor Torregano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Taylor, thank you so much. In just a few weeks, the snowbirds are expected to start heading back north, which will have an impact on local businesses. Each year, more than 80,000 northerners flock to the Suncoast during the winter months. A Sarasota restaurant owner says when snowbirds leave after Easter, it creates a huge cut in business for his 2 restaurants.
I will say C'est La Vie, we drop like probably, like 30-40% of our sales during the summer, definitively. And Lolita, like I said, it's easy 50% that we lose on the sales.
Sarasota Downtown Merchants Association says there's a 2-week dry period for businesses after snowbirds leave, but business picks back up before the summer months.
The city of Bradenton Beach cracking down on deteriorated and abandoned boats. At the east end of Bridge Street near the pier, community members have noticed a few rundown vessels. The city and county cannot agree on which entity is responsible for removing the boats, so the Bradenton Beach mayor and commissioners are tweaking the city's marine ordinance. If passed, the revised ordinance will give the city the ability to police these vessels in the intercoastal waterway. It also adds an appeal procedure, ensuring the property owners have due process.
It's part of our overall trying to improve our waterways and improve our waterfronts area in Bradenton Beach.
If passed, the City Commission would have to approve any vessel removal. Bradenton Beach Police would be responsible for removing them.
There are only a few more spiny lobster season days left in Florida. The season closes to harvest in state and federal waters starting April 1st. The season will reopen August 6th. The 2-day recreational sports season is the last consecutive Wednesday and Thursday of July, which is July 25th and 26th of this year.
Well, let's check in with Wendy Ross, who's in for Bob tonight with a look at our first alert weather forecast and what we can expect this evening. Wendy?
All I could see was everything shaking out there because there's so much wind, and that's of course the experience that we are getting right now as a result of that cold front moving on through. The winds are coming in out of the northwest. We're getting a passing cloud every once in a while. That's what we're going to see for the rest of tonight. But then those winds are going to shift around and be out of the north for the most part, and so we are going to see slightly colder temperatures tomorrow than what we're getting today. And what we have right now is just fair skies across the southeast, and you can see down the state of Florida things are nice and quiet as well. A little bit of cloud cover developing out here in the middle of the Gulf, and that may spread across our region tonight, but it is not going to produce any rain, so we're not expecting to see anything other than mostly fair skies tonight. 63 degrees right now, and that's going to be warm by comparison to what we're going to be looking at for the next 24 to 48 hours. We have dew points at 45 degrees, humidity at 52%, and those winds are strong still out of the northwest at 20 miles per hour. And locally, what we're looking at are temperatures that are in the 60s right now. So remember these, because these are going to be nice and warm for you tomorrow as we're heading around and doing our thing. And what we're looking at right now are closer to the beach. It's a little bit cooler, but you move inland and it is a little bit warmer. For tonight, our temperatures are going to be dropping right back down into the 50s. Last night they were in the 60s. So tonight you are going to need your jackets and your sweaters.
Wendy, thank you. Lakewood Ranch Animal Shelter has plans to double its space. Nate's Honor Animal Rescue unveiling an $8 million expansion earlier this month. The shelter says they have already raised $2 million and they're looking to raise $3 million overall. An anonymous donor will match that money raised to equal the $8 million needed for the expansion. The Director of Development for Nate's Honor tells us what they plan to do with the donation money.
We're trying to make it a destination. We'll have a cat cafe where they can come and hang out and watch the cats play and tour through the ranch. We also have a vet clinic and grooming and training for the public.
Oglesby also says the shelter has received a lot of feedback from the community asking how they can donate to help this new expansion.
Students at Oneco Elementary are getting a free book to take home, all thanks to the Manatee County YMCA. The school distributed more than 1,000 books to students across all grades. Their principal says this initiative by the YMCA is helping pave the way for students' future. This is the 4th year that the YMCA has put on this book drive.
We learned that there was a number of households in Manatee County that children in the household didn't have a book that was theirs, that was also at their reading level. So we decided 4 years ago to start this process, and we're really proud of what we've been able to accomplish.
Allison says that they hope to continue that book drive initiative at every Manatee County school over the next few years. I really like that initiative.
That's a tremendous program. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
Some tips on how often you should check your credit report to make sure it's up to date and accurate. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Car experts and customers agree there's a lot to love about a new Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. Now, lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester for just $219 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
For 50 years, researchers have asked kids to draw a scientist, and lately something has changed. With more, here's ABC's Arlette Saenz.
Ask a child to draw a scientist. What do they draw? For 5 decades, they have drawn men. But according to researchers at Northwestern University, that's less and less true. That's right, they're drawing women. Stereotypes, it seems, do change. As more women have entered the field, children draw scientists with ponytails and dresses. In this first attempt to look at all of the 20,000 collected drawings of children from kindergarten to 12th grade, the numbers tell the story. In the first study, between 1966 and 1977, less than 1% of the drawings showed women. In later studies, 1985 to 2016, 28% drew a female scientist. The researchers say that men weren't particularly associated with science till grade school began. Then kids drew more men as they got older. Of course, there's at least one reason why a child might draw a female scientist. Their mom might be one. With this Medical Minute, I'm Arlette Saenz, ABC News.
Well, this is what it looked like earlier today, and look at those waves crashing over on Casey Key, and you can see from the Gulf of Mexico those winds were strong. We had rip currents earlier today. That will be present through tonight and tomorrow, and we are also looking at small craft advisories that have gone into effect as a result of the very strong winds that are taking place. Cold, dry air is sitting on top of us, and of course we're looking at our temperatures that are going to be 8 to 12 degrees colder than they were just yesterday. Gusty winds as well. So that's the grand scenario that's taking place. We have the cold front that went on through, and you can see high pressure, which is going to become our fair weather friend over the next couple of days, and this low pressure system helping to bring about that nor'easter taking place across the northeastern part of the country and all the misery that's going on there. But that high pressure system for us is going to provide fair skies across the southeast and the state of Florida. The cold front has pushed well away, now over parts of Cuba, and that high pressure system is going to continue to be our fair weather friend for several days to come. We are going to be very dry all the way through next week. So what we have is we've got the snowy, icy, rainy conditions, all of that miserable mix right here across the northeastern part of the country, that high pressure system prevailing across Texas and the southeast, and another cold front helping to bring about some rain, and those conditions, snow in the higher elevations across the northwest and the western part of the nation. But for us, we are looking at fair skies. We may get a passing cloud that comes in off the Gulf. That's going to be it as far as sky conditions are concerned. Very dry air in the upper regions of the atmosphere, and that continues at the surface level as well. And so our dew points are reflecting all this dryness with readings in the 30s and 40s across northern and central Florida. across our area. We're seeing some 50s right here along the beaches, but you don't have to go too far before you find those low 40s, and that of course is indicating how very dry it is across the region. The winds of course are the big factor that you're experiencing when you walk out the door. We may get a passing cloud, as I mentioned. Those winds will shift and start to come in due north, and so our temperatures are going to really go down over the next several hours. And we're looking at those winds that are sustained right now that are beginning to die down just a little bit. Only 30 minutes ago they were as high as 15 to 20 miles per hour in some locations. Now we're looking at 13 to 14 mile per hour winds, and as you move inland, far inland over the central part of the state, still a little bit stronger, 17 to 18 mile per hour winds. And for us down over the southern sections, we're looking at 18 to 17 to 18 mile per hour winds as well. So those strong winds stay with us. The differentials that we're going to experience as far as the temperature changes are concerned, anywhere from 8, 11 degrees, it is going to be much colder and you are going to feel it. This is what it was this morning with our readings in the 60s, and tonight this is what it's going to be with our temperatures in the 40s and 50s. So if you're a Floridian, you know you're going to have to make sure you're bundled up for tonight because you're going to feel it, especially in the interior sections, and temperatures right now are mostly in the 60s and even some 70s out there. Small craft advisories through Thursday. Winds will be coming in out of the north at 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, and it will be choppy out on the bay and inland waters. And over the next several days, you don't have to worry about an umbrella again for another 7 days. We're looking at colder temperatures Thursday and Friday, but then look at this weekend. Oh my goodness, it's worth it to have weather like this, to have a weekend like that. Scott.
Okay, thank you so much, Wendy. Looking forward to the weekend. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. We are seeing slow-moving traffic heading north on Gulf Drive in Bradenton Beach. It's right around the intersection of Cortez Road. Scott?
Jacqueline, in Consumer News tonight, it's Credit Education Month, which is a good time to check your credit report to make sure everything is accurate. Whether buying a dream truck, renting an apartment, or scoring a new job, all of those can come down to your credit score. So just how often should you check your credit report to make sure it's up to date and accurate?
At the bare minimum, once a year. You can go to annualcreditreport.com and get your free one each and every year. But I recommend checking it once a month. This way you can catch any glitches happening in your credit. If you missed a payment, maybe you can catch it early enough to limit the damage it does. Or if there's a fraud on your account, you can catch it before it hurts your credit.
Credit monitoring websites like Credit Karma and Credit Sesame allow you to sign up for notifications if something on your credit report changes. Some will even offer tips on how to improve your score.
Hundreds of thousands of customers who book travel through Orbitz may have had their information stolen. The company now says an older system used in 2016 and 2017 may have been hacked, and data on 880,000 credit cards is at risk. The information also includes names, addresses, and date of birth. Orbitz is offering anyone impacted a year of credit monitoring.
A class action lawsuit has been filed in federal court against Facebook and Cambridge Analytica for collecting personal information of tens of millions of Facebook users. It was filed by a Maryland woman who says her privacy was violated when that information of nearly 50 million Facebook users was disclosed without permission. The lawsuit was filed in federal court in San Jose, California, where Facebook is based. The plaintiff says the lawsuit is for all Facebook users in the U.S. whose personal information was obtained by Cambridge Analytica without authorization.
And if you have an idea for the next great coffee cup, you could take home $10 million. Starbucks has launched a challenge to create an eco-friendly disposable coffee cup. The big challenge, however, may be figuring out how to create a lining for the cup that can break down. Coffee drinkers around the world go through 600 plastic and paper cups every year.
Each?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say that number is kind of lower than I thought it was.
I know, that's a lot though. Entertainment news is next.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call, let us give you some peace of mind.
My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. A closer look tomorrow at license plate cameras on Longboat Key.
We'll tell you how they catch the bad guys and why the city of Sarasota recently turned down that technology. Today on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
High pressure continues to be our weather driver, bringing us fair skies and a northerly wind flow, keeping us cool. We'll talk about it.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
If you're looking for a rewarding job you'll love, good news. The perfect job is just a click away. Go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day. It's that easy. Stop searching and go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day to find the perfect job for you.
In entertainment news tonight, This Is Us star Chrissy Metz says she suffered years of physical and emotional abuse at the hands of her stepfather. Metz opening up about her past in a new memoir, This Is Me, saying that her stepdad, Trigger, would shove her, slap her, and punch her. The 37-year-old actress says she believes he abused her because of her weight and that in her teens he started weighing her. Metz's memoir will be released on March 27th. She says her and her stepfather are now in a positive place and that she loves and cares about him.
The producers of The Crown are apologizing for the Queen's pay gap. Word broke out last week that Claire Foy, who plays Queen Elizabeth II on the Netflix series, was making far less than Matt Smith, who plays her husband, Prince Philip. The producer of the show, Left Bank Pictures, now says in a statement that they want to apologize to Foy and Smith for putting them at the center of this media storm. They say when it comes to salaries, the responsibility lies at their feet, and going forward, they are united with the fight for fair pay.
Ringo Starr can now call himself a Knight of Bachelor of the British Empire. The 77-year-old former Beatles drummer was knighted at Buckingham Palace on Tuesday by Britain's Prince William. Starr says he and the prince even got a chance to chat.
We were talking about music. He loves the Beatles, and I congratulated him on the next baby. And he said, any minute now, and I said, good. I know what it's like. I've got 3 of my own.
Starr was honored for his contributions to music. He is the second Beatle to be knighted. Paul McCartney received the honor back in 1997.
It's another record for Black Panther. This time it's a social media record. Black Panther is now the most tweeted about movie ever. Twitter says there have been more than 35 million tweets about the Marvel movie. The most tweeted hashtags have been Black Panther and Wakanda Forever. The previous Twitter champs were Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
Entertainment news here on the Suncoast. The Sarasota Film Festival has unveiled its 2018 lineup. Eric Stoltz's comedy Class Rank will be the opening night film, screening April 13th at the Sarasota Opera House. Rory Kennedy's Above and Beyond, NASA's Journey to Tomorrow, will serve as the closing night film on April 21st. Now, this is the 20th anniversary of the film festival, and it is set to run April 13th through the 22nd. Certainly a busy time.
Be here soon.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back with more news.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.